Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Obaseki poaches Oshiomhole as Jonathan pays him courtesy visit. Ooh. President Goodluck Jonathan, the person that Buhari took over from, is paying Obaseki a courtesy visit. Remember, Jonathan is PDP. Guys, can you smell the rats? Let's go to the news. That's it. A former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan Ebele, paid a surprise visit to Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki on Sunday. Jonathan is in Benin to visit Sema's family, who had bestowed on him an honorary doctorate degree in November 2019. The former president took the time to visit the governor of the state as protocol demands. Speaking with journalists, Jonathan said, traditionally, for somebody who has been a president, when he goes to a state, he has to pay a courtesy visit to the governor of the state. If you are not free, fine, but at least I informed him. Obaseki later addressed journalists over the former president's visit by taking a sweep at his rival, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Adam Oshiomhole. The governor wondered why the former Edo State governor, who knows the protocol, refused to follow it. Remember that Oshiomhole came to Edo State and did not follow protocol. Now, the person who has been president, not just a governor, came to the state. His primary aim, guys, I'm going to go back to the news. The news continue. Of coming to the state was not to visit Governor Obaseki, but as courtesy demand and as protocol. When a governor comes into that state or a president, courtesy demand that you visit the number one citizen of that state, who happens to be Obaseki. Oshiomhole has visited the state since Obaseki became a governor, but has not followed due protocol and processes. Let's go back to the news. Obaseki said he is just extending the courtesy as the president, someone who has served the country in the highest level. And you heard what he said. There is a courtesy and protocol in place. When you are going to visit a state, you want to inform the person in charge of the state. Rightly speaking, the former president, informed me of his visit before he came. You inform the person in charge of the state that you are coming, and when you have time during your visit, you can pay him a courtesy call. Unlike the unfortunate incident we have and have been happening in Edo State, it is really sad that where someone has been the governor of a state, visiting the state, and does not realize that courtesy demand that he should inform the governor or the governor apparent of the state that he's visiting, and the chief executive in charge of the security when he's in that state. It is really sad and unfortunate that people who have served, who should know better, don't, and they decide to do otherwise. Is it because of pride, impurity, or lawlessness, or is it even senselessness? Nigerians, wow. Governor Obaseki has said it all. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan visited Edo State, and today, precisely, when he got there, before his coming, he followed due process and protocol, informed the governor of the state, the person in charge of the House of Edo State, gave him a call and said, "Oh boy, I'll be coming to visit you, and this is my purpose for coming to visit." You know, duly informed him. And guess what? As the protocol, involves, if you have time, you can visit the governor. If not, it's not mandatory. But Goodluck Jonathan did not only visited the state, he took time to go and see the governor of the state. He got there, and this whole incident that you are happening ensued. He went further. Obaseki addressed the governor, spoke to him. They had a chat, and he went further to explain, talking about his own, the person that handed over to him, how he came to the state, and, just came in and got out lousily without any protocol in place, no, no ambience, no reverence. You know what? A man of integrity will be known by his actions. A man who respects people will be accorded respect. The way you want to lay your bed, that's the way you want to lay your bed, that's the way you would have laid it, then you can lie on it accordingly. The way you've put it together, that's the way it will be followed for you. Governor Obaseki only demands that Oshiomhole show him the respect due. The underlying factor between Obaseki and Oshiomhole has been ongoing. It's been ongoing in Edo State. Obaseki, Oshiomhole feel very insulted by Obaseki that this was the boy that served in my cabinet. And among everybody, I thought he would be the one that would be most loyal. And he went ahead and supported him greatly and immensely, asking him to, supported him in every way to become the governor of Edo State. On becoming the governor of Edo State, Obaseki noticed that Oshiomhole wanted to control the affairs of the state, directing him on what to do, how to do it. But Oshiomhole does not want that. Oshiomhole wanted to be, Obaseki wants to be a free man, to be able to govern the Edo State people the way he wants, to accord them the due, protocol and respect, you know. But Obaseki, he's stating out here that a former president who has served in the highest office of the state came in and he paid me a courtesy visit. But our own brother, son of the soil, came in and did not deem it fit, to even call. In government, there are some protocol, like what I was explaining, that the US might know what is happening in Nigeria, but unless they see beyond reasonable doubt, they cannot just jump into the affairs of Nigeria and begin to legislate. There are protocol in place. Take, for instance, one of the first protocols in place is the one that they have come and have made inquiries and have asked the Nigerian government. They've asked Buhari precisely. We are hearing of the incidents and the issues of Boko Haram going on in Nigeria, religious intolerance. Is this true? Do you need help? Are there ways we can help? They will first of all go to the president and they ask the president. The president of the country said, no, that there is no issue. Everything is fine. There is no cause for alarm. If we could fight Boko Haram, if we could fight the civil war, and you know, since since we are able to fight the civil war, we're able to deal with militants, we'll be able to deal with Boko Haram. But the issue with Boko Haram is not because the government cannot fight it, but when the government is in charge of Boko Haram, when the government in place are the ones facilitating Boko Haram, how do you fight it? So what I'm saying is, so now the US have asked. Another thing they will keep doing now, as the more the people cry out and begin to, really talk about the unrest in the country, guess what happens? They will come again, as a matter of to mark that they have come a number of times. Then, if for instance, as we are clamoring on and we are shouting the news, you're liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking on notification button, getting all our latest news, and sharing the news, it begins to travel such that when the US puts some buzzwords saying Nigeria, trouble in Nigeria, these news come up and they begin to hear them repeatedly. It becomes it begins to form evidence. So what they do next is that they send investigators. They've already asked the president, he said everything is fine. Yes, the people are saying they are suffering, this and that is going on. The next thing is that they will send investigators to come into the country, secret investigators to come and see if what they are hearing online, the news they are hearing, if it is really true. That's the next phase. So they will come, they will investigate, and when they discover that, contrary to what the government has been saying, things are as the people are saying, they will use their power. They will have a meeting in the UN, in the highest authorities that governs nations, and they will override the government of that nation, and they can superimpose and come and put peace system in place. That's what happens. So my people, this is the news. You've heard it. Courtesy is in place for government to be able to, you know, address issues of a nation. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless you. Thanks very much. Good luck, Jonathan, for doing the right things. Have a lovely day. Bye.